seems the sound's working.
Well, Nicholas is in the car.
Well, welcome to episode 19 of The Drive Home. We're a group of gays who go to the movies and review them
On the drive home!
Maybe you had a pole in the way.
Well, we just left Longlegs, and David will give us a synopsis of the movie, and then we'll rate it as we always do.
Because he has the longest legs.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it's not a biopic about.
And his birthday's on the 14th, which you'll get if you watch that later.
Who's next? Don't get any dolls.
But first, we
coming
should
up.
probably introduce ourselves. I'm Jason.
I'm David.
I'm Todd.
I'm Michael.
I'm Matt Taco.
And I'm Jose.
And our summer intern hates scary movies, so he is at home probably
Well,
playing.
he's just tied up hog style in the back. Shut up, Nate.
Well, before we get into the movie, we should probably read some of our followers' comments, and we had a multitude since we saw Maxine last. We actually have 4 of them, so I will let our backseat drivers read them as I turn on my headlights.
That
There you go.
Maxine
I
episode
think my
was popping
contact
off.
is ripped, so it's going to be a fuzzy
Your headlights
read.
are on automatic?
I don't believe in automatic headlights. I had to turn them on.
All right.
Okay.
At Elisa Edwards says, I clicked on this video by accident, but boy, am I glad I did. Y'all are funny.
Oh,
That was a really
real
nice
comment.
That's a real
Real.
comment. And we're
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Wait, but all of the comments have always
Well,
been
they're
real.
all
Well, this
real,
is
but
real,
I know
real.
it sounds like Alyssa Edwards, but it's just House of Edwards, I guess.
Oh, right. We'll
So,
take
it's her
that.
daughter.
Well, we're glad you clicked on it, and glad you enjoyed.
Yeah.
us know
We're
when
going to
we're-
give her a tongue click, right? Thank you. Yeah, Mike Movie Lover says,
Uh-oh.
I thought David was the movie buff of the group. He said that Drew Barrymore was the star of E.T. While the film certainly launched her career, the star of the show was Henry Thomas. Drew is merely a supporting character at best. No, someone came in with some fighting words, David. Would you like to respond?
Yeah,
Well,
David.
first of all, thanks for calling me the movie expert because we've never
He
actually
didn't
said
say
that.
expert. He
Buff.
said self-proclaimed buff.
Okay. Well, buff. Fine. I misused A versus the. She was a star, not the star. But also, I'd like to challenge you to live trivia on the drive home. And if I lose, then so be it. Your comment
Are you
is
willing to
correct.
give up your seat if you lose?
Yes, I will ride in the trunk for a certain number of episodes that is designated by the rest of the cast if I
you
lose
lose.
this trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Mike, movie lover.
You
I'm
heard?
ready.
You heard it here.
I'm ready.
And we'll make sure the questions are fair.
Yeah,
Usurp
they're
David.
all
Well, we-
going to
we
be
shouldn't
about
have-
J-Lo films.
No.
No, I can compete
Okay.
with general trivia.
Okay.
Does Canadian charting questions count, or just U.S.?
Michael, Taylor Swift's style peaked at number 6
Okay.
on the American.
All right.
Moving on.
Go on.
Okay, star of the movie.
At Profiterole Bro says, in reference to David wanting to remake of 9 to 5, and I quote, I'll murder whoever remakes 9 to 5. Jane, Lily, and Dolly were perfection.
But they are all alive and could reprise their role.
Well,
They
I don't
could.
know.
Yes.
Is Lily?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's been in stuff recently.
I don't know who Profiterole Bro is, but David, do you have
Clearly,
any?
I am
Sorry, I just
controversial today.
Yeah.
I just agree.
I think that 9 to 5 should have a remake or sequel of some kind.
With the originals.
Yes, I want
Yeah,
the.
not new actresses.
I want a legacy sequel. Like, I want them and then cast a new generation. I think the workplace has evolved a lot
Yes.
since 1980. There'd be so many good new
See them all
jokes
in phone
and-
booths doing team calls.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's just, it's still like, the women are not paid equally to men today still. There's still a lot of issues that are relevant from the original movie. So I
Was-
think it would be a good legacy sequel. I
Was
guess.
that comment written online, or did someone write that with a pen in their hand?
The comment was written online and then banned from Instagram because it invoked the word murder.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yes, it was an actual comment.
Yes, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got
Fighting
canceled.
words.
Yeah.
Man, I am just
David
causing
is-
all kinds of
David's triggering
drama. I'm a
Yeah.
David,
trigger warning.
you're a troublemaker.
Gosh.
Last but certainly not least, at moviegoer814, loved our new name for Mia Goth, the star of Maxine, Lady Goth.
Do you guys know that I'm moviegoer814 on YouTube?
Are you really?
Is that real?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Oh,
David,
that's
you're
you. So that was your
trolling
comment?
yourself.
David!
Jackass.
I thought
David
you would have
has
clicked on
taken
my
No.
profile and
this
seen.
whole
I should have
episode.
known. 814. That's your
Yes,
birthday.
that's my birthday.
Speaking of birthday,
Wow, what?
No,
You shouldn't have told us that.
I was just trying to create some engagement on the post, and I really liked Jose's name, Lady God.
We're gonna think we have a
Oh.
click farm.
I even
Wow.
replied to that comment.
I don't log into my YouTube too often, so I haven't seen your reply
Well,
yet.
never mind. All right. You totally got me on that.
That was my screen name
Okay.
growing up, moviegoer814.
I almost didn't include it too, but I was like, well, maybe he'll watch.
That's a comment. So.
Well, I
Well,
will
He's
be
watching.
he's watching the live.
Well, thanks to all the real people who subscribed
And David.
and commented, and David, for Christ's sake.
It's like all comments either about David or David
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
them.
what's that all about?
Matt,
wrote
can
this
you
episode.
Matt, can you remind folks where they can find the drive home?
Absolutely. Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, sometimes Facebook.
I don't even know if it's sometimes. I can't find it to
There-
save my life.
There might be a Facebook page floating out there
Soon,
somewhere.
OnlyFans.
Patreon.
Well, thank you.
Parlay.
What's that?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll cue the intro.
Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da.
We saw Longlegs, starring Nicolas Cage and Micah Monroe. It is a horror thriller about an FBI agent named Lee Harker who gets involved or gets put on this case of a serial killer named Longlegs. And turns out that this case hits a little closer to home and may have some, satanic cult elements to it. That's where I'll leave it because I don't want to give any more away.
Well, thank you, David. Why don't we go ahead and rate this movie on the count of 3? Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2.
I thought the movie was really well stylized. Like it put you in the right mood. It was the 90s vibe. Like they did great with costumes and sets. I think it was boring. It wasn't scary at all. And it just relied on creepy sounding music to get you scared, but there was no decent plot in my opinion. And they took a lot of weird twists and turns of hinting at paranormal things that seem completely irrelevant.
I agree in the sense that it straddled this line between like realistic, but then it would just throw a touch of like supernatural or paranormal in there.
Psychic.
Or and you were kind of like, okay, but why? Like you could have done it all with or all without, but to kind of like dance between this false reality was a little strange. I was actually most excited to see this movie, hence why David and I were gonna go solo. But I didn't find it scary either, like at all. I thought it was real silly, so kind of bummed, but happy to have seen it in a theater environment.
Yeah, I am surprised that you guys weren't scared. That movie was like under my skin the whole time. Like I was like had the heebie-jeebies the whole time. I thought the performances were really creepy. The mood that the director and the camera work created, like some of the shots I thought were chilling, and the music, like it was. I'm gonna be thinking about it for a while afterward. I have one big hang up, but I don't want to spoil anything, and it kind of is along lines of what you're saying, like a little supernatural versus realistic. That's where I kind of like I wanted it to be a little more grounded, I think, at the end, but I overall like I have to give it like a 10 out of 10 for mood and like atmosphere. Like it was very unsettling.
Jose?
Well, I was the one that didn't want to go at all. I dislike
true.
scary movies. And
Well, then it wasn't scary. It was perfect.
But then it was sold to me as like it's getting
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb vibes.
Yeah.
And I wish it was more silent because, again, like you guys are saying, Silence of the Lamb was all reality, right? It was
Yeah.
reality based.
Yeah.
And that, I feel, all the jumps in Silence of the Lambs, I didn't get a single jump.
Great.
No.
But I also agree with you, David. Like, the mood gets under your skin. So I was waiting to be scared the entire movie, and I was let down. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it because I'm scared of scary movies. But I wanted to be more scared than I was.
I think
So yeah.
again, trying not to spoil anything, but the moment with outside the car kind of towards the end, that was the only moment where I kind of like gasped.
Yes.
Because like it was kind of coming full circle. Like you were starting to put the piece together and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this is what's really happening.
And they could have done a lot more,
More with-
those
Yeah.
types of
That would have
creepadoodle
totally
doos.
changed the
what
energy of the
freaked me
whole
out.
movie
Yes.
if it was more in that vein.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a little more of like the peeping Tom stalkery, like who's behind you kind of energy, and that for me is really tense. And I think that's where it would have thrived if it leaned into that a little more.
I agree.
Matthew?
I don't mind that it was kind of like in between supernatural and whatnot, because devil-ish stuff is kind of that way in general, so that didn't bother me. I agree with the tone and the mood, and I was just so creeped out by the main villain character.
Longlegs?
Yes, Longlegs, and thought that it did kind of give Silence of the Lambs in that way. And so when you give me a creepy character like that I just got the heebie-jeebies from, I ended up really liking the movie for those moments. But I agree, there wasn't jump scares, there's all
could've
that,
used
but
some more.
I also love detective-y kind of stuff and laying it out
do too.
and finding codes and things like that. Makes it sound like I like devil worship-y stuff. But I just like the symbolism
But it
and
was a good like procedural. Like I
Yeah.
liked that.
But there was a lot of that, but he was barely in the movie.
agreed.
Like he
He could have been in more.
was and when he was like the blips, they were like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
He might go into the bathroom and he came back and he goes, what did I miss? And I said, I
Everything.
don't know. I fundamentally don't know. I can't explain it to you.
Yeah.
Jason? What
No,
were your
I
thoughts?
mean, I thought it was good. I enjoyed Nicolas Cage. Like, I thought he was... I mean, he gave me creeps, not jumpy creeps, but
Yes.
like every time he was on screen, I got freaked out. I don't know, like what you said, Todd, like I don't know what he was saying per se,
Yeah.
but it was freaky and it was creeping me out. And yeah, that was really creepy.
that shot where it was just on him for like a good minute
yeah.
straight, and he's
Yeah.
kind of like forehead up,
Yeah.
like it was. I was like, oof, yuck.
And I kind of liked, I think that's 8mm film that
Yeah,
they were
like a
using,
Grindhouse
in
style.
Yeah, in
I
the
like
in
that.
the like flashbacks or whatever, and then it would slowly expand back to HD. I thought that was kind of interesting, at least to kind of show, hey, this happened in the past. It gave me good creepy vibes. Yeah, to your point, it's the mix. Fucking here. What? I know I'm trying to.
I don't think it'll ever be quite a classic of like Silence of the Lambs or even like The Exorcist.
Oh,
but
no. I don't think it's even
I-
rewatchable.
I probably won't watch again, but I think it was successful in giving me the creeps. My biggest hang up is that it treads that line without ever clearly committing to one at the end. I wanted it tied up in a bow. Like I just don't think I fully understood what's going on at the end. I'm like, wait, is it just like the devil like getting in people's heads?
But had they tied it up, then maybe there'd be even more loopholes. Maybe they want to leave it open, so you kind of have to fill in some
sequel.
of your blanks on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, no one truly knows if there's anything out there.
It's true. I don't know.
The man downstairs.
Yeah. Every time they showed the devil, I didn't know it was the devil until the end. So it's just like, what's this random thing?
Guy in a cloak.
What's this random
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
in a cloak?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see that there were several shots throughout the movie where it was hidden
Right.
in the background?
Right.
You had to
But
have eagle
were
eyes.
there? Because there was one at the beginning.
The
and
one
then
in the
one
woods.
kind of
There was
And
the
then
one in the window.
woods.
There was
Yeah,
two.
the David Station
No,
wagon
there
in
was
the
like
woods.
4 or 5 times I saw
But
it.
in
like,
the woods, wasn't it just
The
Longlegs?
library window.
No, I think it
No.
was the devil in the woods, and then Longlegs was like waiting to come in when she ran out to see who that
Yeah.
was.
library window. There was a couple more where it was a close up of her, and you could see, it was pretty subtle. But I was like watching with eagle eyes because I in this kind of like mystery movie. I'm like watching the background to see if I
Because you're a movie buff.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a movie
Was Drew Barrymore in this?
I think she was. I think
Actually,
she
she
plays
starred.
the devil.
She played the dolls.
She starred.
Yeah.
She starred.
She played every doll. That was,
Yeah, and any movie with a doll I find creepy,
Creepy.
overall. And
Yeah.
there were a lot of dolls in
A lot
this
of
movie.
dolls.
yeah, how do you
bet
think
you guys
Megan
wrong.
would feel about these dolls?
Yeah, right.
Someone's trying to steal her thunder.
Right.
I did stay awake, so that's
Yeah.
enough. But
I did not. I fell asleep.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
bored.
I didn't see you fall asleep.
Nothing got me.
Yeah.
But I will say again, with like Maxine and this, the style is really
Yes.
set. It's really
It's- yeah.
strong. The whole
Yeah.
vibe of it was cool.
Uh-huh.
But
Nicolas Cage's character was great.
Yeah.
Like, that was creep. Definitely, yeah. Artistic. Grindhouse style, like all the right things. Just,
Yeah, I'd like to see this director. I will have to look up the director afterward. Tackle something like a little more propulsive. Like I liked the mood and the energy, but maybe a story that's a little more like full throttle.
more stabby.
Yeah, yeah. Have him direct a Scream movie. It'd probably be really scary.
Yeah.
But I would not have compared it to Silence of the Lambs.
I think
don't.
the reason that it did was because he reminded us, or me at least, of Buffalo Bill.
Yes.
and she,
Like-
Yeah.
Jodie Foster.
Clarice.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not so much her, just more like FBI agent, which was obviously Lee.
Yeah.
And then, but like his kind of like androgynous, where like wears his makeup, skin looks a little off, like that kind of viewing, like living in a basement that might as well be a maze.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was that energy. It's just I don't think there was more than the visual of it.
Yeah.
Connects.
I do think the performances were excellent. Like, honestly, I think they should be. I know the Academy does not ever really consider horror movies, but everyone was like pitch perfect in their roles.
Especially the singing.
The singing was good.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, Nick Cage should maybe record an album.
Yeah, that rendition of Happy Birthday was
Great.
was creepy as shit.
so-
That's what I want to
Only
hear
I'm
on my
singing.
birthday on August 14th.
Oh, you will.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Don't
you
get
will.
me a doll, though.
If you're lucky, you will. Any other comments about the movie?
No.
Yeah.
I think we dissected it pretty well.
Our AMC experience?
Perfectly
Mine was
pleasant.
normal.
No, your popcorn
The
stunk.
popcorn
Oh,
was
popcorn!
bad.
What popcorn?
Yeah.
There was a stinky
I
butter.
liked it.
It smelled and it had a taste that I didn't.
Yeah.
It's
like.
a little off
Kind of
tonight.
a fishy smell.
Something
maybe-
was off, and I thought I was going to get sick from it, so I
I thought
stopped
maybe
eating
they
it.
were like attempting like a ranch flavored butter or
No.
something. Like,
Yeah. I hope they haven't switched
It was
their
saltier.
vendor of butter
Saltier?
because it wasn't as good tonight. The butter, but
Because
I
Jose,
still
you were
ate it.
scared of it overall, right? You wouldn't even eat it.
I could smell it as soon as I poured the first
Oh,
yeah.
from the
Yeah.
butter
I didn't think it was
dispenser.
that bad.
Oh, yeah, it
we'll
was.
find out if I'm throwing up in the middle of the night tonight.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
no.
report back.
There was a good crowd for Nicole Kidman clapping.
Wow.
Yes.
Taco, you got the crowd
You got-
started.
Yes,
Did the
they were
wave.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a loud clap, and there was some woos.
Whose alarm went off twice though?
That was someone in front of us. It
Yeah,
wasn't us.
someone in
Someone
front
got
of us.
shushed, I think.
I shushed him the second
You
time.
shushed someone.
Why? Like,
Turn
you
your
get the
alarm?
reminder
Yeah.
to turn off your phone.
Yeah.
So if you
Ryan
forgot,
Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Right.
Both of them said.
and then a
"Shut off
second
your phone."
time, and she laughed. Don't laugh.
Yeah.
That's
Be
not
like,
funny.
Oh, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, she should have said.
I would have just
I'm
shouted,
sorry.
sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we should probably thank our sponsor. They evidently watched Riding Raw last week with Matt and David, the makers of Tang.
Oh
Our sponsor this
yes.
week.
They heard us.
Matt did a little shout out to them, and I think they picked up on it.
They reached
so-
out.
So be sure to check out your live episode where you reviewed
Fly Me to the Moon.
So, has anyone had Tang?
Yes. I
In
used
our
to
lives, yeah.
always have hot tang.
Hot Tang.
What?
I would make.
Sounds like something my doctor
I don't
Screams
prescribed
for
me.
that.
That's why, because I'd be
Screams for
sick.
that.
I would be sick, and so I would get a hot cup of water and put Tang in it, and I would.
Why?
Because it tasted
The vitamin
good. I
C.
felt like I felt better.
What's that
Sounds
vitamin
disgusting.
C?
Hot Tang.
Hot Tang.
This was pre-emergence.
That's your new
So
drag name.
Hot
Hot Tang.
Hot Tang.
Steaming Hot Tang.
That sounds disgusting.
It was,
Wow.
That
it
was
was great,
horrible.
but I don't think you're supposed to get it hot because it would like all pop out of the cup, and I'd get orange speckles everywhere.
Well, maybe that's a new
Wow.
product line for them.
Yeah.
Hot Tang.
Thank
Goodness,
Wow.
they're
You heard it here
sponsoring
first.
You get a
folks.
face Tang with that one.
Well, thanks to the makers of Tang, and
Yeah.
and they were a big fan of Riding Raw. So nice job, guys.
Yeah.
That's a sponsorship.
We love to ride raw in this car.
Well,
We're home.
Matthew,
Yes.
would you like to sing us out?
Sure.
Let's bow our heads.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, little girl. Happy birthday to you.
Like and subscribe.